This is Grace with Graceful Living. Today we have a special guest, Jackie Jackson. She's here to tell us how she went from a standard American diet to a healthy plant-based diet.
Prior to being vegan, I had lived a standard American kind of lifestyle, and it's not the most healthiest way to be. I really wanted to make a change in my life, and that led me into more films involving awareness, and the final nail in the coffin was Gary Yourofsky's film. It's called Why Vegan? Yeah, and it's such a great film. It's an hour of your time. I knew about the immunizations, the hormones, all that stuff, but I had no idea that the emotions and the stress affected what we ingested, and that we took that on for ourselves. So when he helped me connect those dots, there wasn't any looking back then. I chose to do a 30-day run, and after, the 21 days it makes to break a habit, I felt the shift in me. I felt so much more lighter, freer, liberated.
So you lost 50 pounds.
It started to just melt off. I mean, I was really overweight. I was really chubby. In the South, we call it thick. So it's kind of a good thing. But from March till about August, just naturally, just kind of learning the ropes of veganism, I dropped like 20, 25 pounds. And then I kind of plateaued. I was a transitional vegan that was still very much a junk food vegan, still pretty much just translating how I used to eat into...
So you're still kind of eating junk food in the beginning?
Oh, big time. I mean, it was like a bag of chips a day. But almost like at the same exact time, a girlfriend was like, hey, I got this cleanse, it's vegan, it's 10 days. So I did it, kicked off extra weight, and that was my catapult. And maybe a year and a half to get down to the 50. But it's been a progress, and it's been weird because you have to get used to a completely different person that you look at in the mirror.
Did you also start exercising more?
I did, actually, yes, and I hate exercise. That's part of why I was so chubby, because I hated my exercise was eating. So when I went through the detox and finished that, because of everything that just changed, I thought, well, what else can I do? I started to feel like more empowered. I did feel my body was receiving it a little bit. It wasn't as difficult. I didn't feel as winded. Now it's a joy. Now it feels good when you're moving and getting it going. And it was not that way initially. It was awful. I mean, I grew up thinking I was big bone. I grew up believing this was how I was going to be for the rest of my life.
Yeah. So now that you're vegan and you lost all this weight, do you feel like you can eat whatever you want as long as it's healthy?
I don't limit myself. I just eat till I have enough. And when you really become more in tune to your body, you kind of know where you're good, where you're not, and eat tasty, savory, delicious things that are healthy.
Do you have any advice for people who are trying to make the transition to becoming vegan or plant-based?
Yeah, I'd say take it one day at a time. Enjoy the journey. You have a 20-foot tree and you have a 40-foot tree. They don't get jealous of each other because one is taller than the other. It all takes time. We're all going to get where we need to get and be where we need to be. So you are perfectly prepared for where you're at. Don't let any distractions tell you otherwise. If you're true in your conviction to why you do this, everything should be cake.
Thank you, Jackie, for sharing your inspiring story. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Go to graceinhawaii.com for more information.